Hey everyone, this is Carl with Tabletop Tango again. Today I want to talk about GM's rights. That's right, GMs have a Bill of Rights or things they deserve just like players. If you like what you see, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Not looking to be famous, but it'd be cool to see those numbers go up. So again, I want to talk about the GM Bill of Rights. Had talked about previously players' Bill of Rights. Now, this is meant to be a little tongue-in-cheek, as far as the Bill of Rights standpoint goes, but it's really things that you deserve as a game master, or you deserve to give your game master, or you should give your game master when you're playing. First thing, as always, you deserve to have fun. As a game master, you're playing the game just like the players. You deserve to have a good time just like they're having a good time. And some of these items that I'm going to talk about now really are kind of codifying that a little bit for you and are a little bit related to this. So the second thing is you deserve to have the agreements and the discussion in session 0 and your social contract be followed. Essentially, you all agreed to this. You and the players have talked this through. You've decided this is what you're going to do, and you deserve to have those looked at, whether it's logistics, whether it's lines or veils, whether it's who brings the snacks, whatever it is, you deserve to have those items followed. And you talked it through. You all agreed it's time to follow through with those agreements. Next one, third, it's really the players have to, and you deserve this, the players should know their characters, their abilities, their spells, how things work. Too often the game master, you need to know the player's sheet better than they do because they're just going to scratch their head when it comes time for their turn. Or, hey, I didn't even know I had that ability. But you deserve, and you should have a right to have those players, this is their character. It's the one thing they need to know. It's the one thing they have to work with. So it really is a right to have those players know their characters, know their abilities, know how to run their character successfully without you spending all your time hand-holding. Next, we have, partly it probably was talked about in session 0, but it's really important that players give you the common courtesy as well as other players of when they're going to miss, let people know well in advance, understand, where they are in the story. So if they're the focus of attention, that they spend, they spend their energy to make sure that they're coming and they're being part of the game. So you deserve that. It's a right to have people let you know when they're going to miss well in advance so that you can make alternative plans. Day of, hour of, come on, guys, let's, the game master spent a lot of time figuring this out, working through it. The other players are excited about the game. They want to come. Let everybody know if you're coming or not. Then another thing as game master that you really deserve is to have players recognize your hard work. Being a game master is a lot of prep. You do a lot of things outside of the game. Sometimes players can just show up with their character sheet and start playing, so they have very little that they have invested in preparation and getting ready for the game. You, on the other hand, especially if you're playing something like D&D where there's a lot of stat blocks and there's a lot of things that you got to get ready to play the game in order to make it an interesting and exciting adventure, you deserve to have some recognition. Let's be honest. It's a hard job, and if you're not being recognized, you're going to burn out. You're not going to have fun yourself. And, ultimately the game's going to fall apart, and those players who haven't recognized that hard work are going to be out of game. So, recognize your game master, give them the kudos they deserve. Next item is you deserve to have players who will be ready and engaged when their turn comes around or when there's a role-playing opportunity, and that they embrace those opportunities as they exist. It's okay if some players are a little quiet, shy, and they don't want to spend, get a lot of the spotlight or spend a lot of time doing things, but they're still engaged. They're still watching the action, understanding what's going on, ready to participate at a minute's notice. You deserve that. People are just hanging out and looking at their cell phone or not even paying attention to what's going on, and you have to, when it's their turn, go, hey, it's your turn, what are you going to do? And then they go, I don't know, what's going on now, and who did what? You deserve better than that. Come on, you're the game master. You deserve better than that. Another thing kind of related to that is you really deserve to have players pick up on those plot hooks or those opportunities as you present them. your job's hard. You can't prep every last detail of everything that potentially could happen. And players, your game masters, not infinite knowledge. And some game masters are really good at putting things together on the fly or ad-libbing, and that's great. But as a player, give him some slack. If there's some plot hooks, and maybe there's 2 or 3 of them, if he's got some things dropped in your face and it's obvious that there's an opportunity for an adventure, pick it up, run with it. The guy spent a lot of time getting ready for this, and if you're just like go off the rails, the second, and if you take pride in breaking those best laid plans, come on. Let's as a game master, you deserve to have the things you put together be picked up on, grabbed, people getting engaged in that adventure and describing it. So, related, they should participate in that narrative. Even though the adventure's there and you're hoping to have people pick up on that plot point, they share the narrative, so they can't just sit back and wait for you to, do all the work. You deserve more than that. And then the last thing is, or well, maybe not last thing, but you deserve and you have the right to expect players to treat each other with respect, to understand that not everybody is the same, avoid doing things that are uncomfortable. You deserve players who are respectful and understand that other people have different points of view and that you need to, be careful, be respectful, and just understand that. That's a right that we all have, game master, player alike. And then the last thing, finally, is you deserve a safe environment. You have a right to a safe environment to play in. With when this is recorded, COVID was, in full force, still is. If you're not comfortable going over to somebody's house and playing and you rather go online, you have the right to do that because it's all about your safety. If you're playing in a place that's not secure or you don't feel comfortable, you deserve and you have the right to expect to be safe during your gameplay. So that's kind of what I came up with. These are just my ideas. Maybe you've got some of your own that are maybe more poignant, to the point, what have you. But let's talk about it. So, 1, you deserve to have fun as a game master. You're a player. You deserve to have session 0 followed and everybody, using those agreements that you have made up front. You deserve to have players who know their character, know their ability, and are playing their character to the best of their ability without you having to know anything. You have players that are going to be respectful of everybody's time and let everybody know when they're going to be gone or there's going to be a conflict well in advance. You have players who recognize your hard work. That's very important. Players who are engaged in a story and ready to take on those opportunities for role-playing when they present themselves. Players who will pick up on the storylines and, grab those plot hooks and allow everybody to have a good time without, problems with that we always have with people trying to put the game off the rails. You deserve players who are respectful for each other, who understand we all have different points of view and just recognize it's a game where we're all supposed to have fun. And then lastly, again, you deserve to have a safe environment. Absolutely. There's no reason to play where you're uncomfortable or you're not safe. So that was my ideas again. I'm Carl with Tabletop Tango. If you liked what you saw or you think it's kind of fun to talk about these things, give me a subscribe. I'd love just to see the numbers go up. And of course, the views would be great. So we'll catch you later. Hopefully we can continue on some of the deep dives on Pathfinder and some of the other things we've been doing. But for the time being, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.